been a few years since Skoda launched its EV offensive with the Enyaq iV. Now I say offensive, whilst Volkswagen has launched 3 distinct models on the MEB platform, the ID3, 4 and 5, Skoda are only just launching its second, a coupe version of that original Enyaq. And now while that's not about to change dramatically in the near future, the car behind me, the Vision 7S, gives us a glimpse of what we can expect in time. It's a big flagship 7-seat electric car that eventually will take the reins from the petrol-powered Kodiaq. The production version of the Vision 7S is due in 2026, and while it's only a concept for now, the numbers stack up. It's got an 89 kilowatt-hour battery, a 370-mile range, and 200 kilowatt charging. Every single one of those numbers trumps the existing Enyaq iV, and while it'll be a little while before we see the finished article, there's already plenty to get excited about. Styling-wise, well, it's a kind of evolution of the Enyaq, isn't it? But quite different in some areas. You've got these kind of T-shaped headlights and daytime running lights. Now that's a feature that's going to go across all of these future electric cars. You've got this black panel here, which Skoda calls the tech deck. It's got all of the sensors and cameras in there. That's for the driver assistance systems and all the stuff like that, but it's all hidden behind that panel. Now down here, these are all functional, so that controls the cooling for things like the battery and the radiator, and this orange flash down here, well, I'm told that if I pull that, it cuts everything out. So given the fact I've only got an hour with the car, I'm going to leave that well alone. Here we've got some recycled plastics. Sustainability is a big thing with this car and will be in future Skodas, so that thing plays a big part. But overall, it looks kind of friendly, but also chunky and rugged. And if you skip past these huge 22-inch wheels, you've got digital door mirrors and these kind of strange side skirts, and follow me around the back, well, tell me that there isn't a hint of Range Rover in that rear end. Opening these coach doors, one of only a handful of elements we don't expect to reach production, reveals an interior quite unlike any Skoda we've seen before. There's a 6+1 seating layout, more on that in a moment, plus a dashboard that is dominated by a 14.6-inch portrait touchscreen. As we mentioned with the exterior, recycled and sustainable materials have been used throughout the cabin as well. Okay, so I'm a bit worried that I'm not going to do this thing justice. There's so much technology in here. So I've got Daniel here from Skoda who's going to talk us through some of the key features. So Daniel, welcome.
We will start with the first experience, yeah? So it starts already outside of the car, because your phone is the source of your information also for the whole entertainment. You can prepare your road before, you can set up your music before, and then it works also as the key. So you just sit down in the car, plug it here.
And so it all runs through a dedicated app in the phone?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It's automatically everything connected, and we have dedicated map, which is in this case called Vision 7S.
And you've got quite a clever feature here of kind of magnetic pads, which means the phone just always stays where it needs to be.
And the magnets we are using in the more places, which I will show you later.
Daniel told us that during the design process they were looking to find the best balance between the digital world and physical haptic controls. So you get a big screen in the centre of the dash, plus a row of shortcut buttons beneath the display, and large rotary dials to control many of the car's main functions. This apparently is not just a request of the design team, but also feedback from Skoda's customers. The home screen, while driving, sits in its portrait orientation with the navigation front and centre. Below this is a series of small widgets, each of which corresponds to one of the shortcut buttons below the screen. One particularly quirky feature of the concept car is the central child seat, which has a camera above it. This means that at any time, those in the front can check on the child via those quick access, simply clever buttons on the dash. It's a clever feature, but one unlikely to see the light of day anytime soon. But the Vision 7S's party trick is its relax mode. Again, at the flick of a switch, it transforms the entire interior, retracting the dashboard slightly, turning the screen 90 degrees, and swiveling the seats into a more central-facing, reclined position. It works for all 4 of the front row seats and gives everyone a better view of that mammoth display. It means that occupants can watch TV or movies while the car charges, no more lengthy waits, scrolling social media, or checking your emails. The screen, like the car's main functions, can be controlled via the smartphone app too, so no need to stretch forward to select your chosen film. There are different modes for the interior lighting too, from waves to rainforests. There is seat fabric made from 100% recycled polyester and dark artificial leather for the dashboard, plus a floor made from old car tyres. Almost everything you see, touch, feel has been repurposed to give it a second life. Something that we, and Skoda for that matter, hope will feature in all future models. In the back, that central child seat once again comes to the fore. As we said, it's not likely to make production. It may be the safest place for a child to sit, but it certainly isn't the most convenient. Not to mention that it completely occupies that 7th seat. What do you do when your child grows up? Swap cars? Elsewhere, those magnets in the front also feature in the rear, allowing owners to attach things like first aid kits to the interior, plus phones, tablets or backpacks to the front seats. Skoda's EV lineup will have 3 new additions by 2026. A small city-focused runaround, a sub-Enyaq kind of crossover, and this, the Vision 7S. So while it's taken a little bit of time to get into the swing of things, Skoda is soon set to hit its stride. And from what we've seen, there's plenty to get excited about. Nobody does big, practical, family-friendly cars like Skoda does. And if you add in the long range, the strong charging, and the cool concept car looks, this could be all the car that any of us ever need. Head to DrivingElectric.com for all the latest electric and hybrid car advice, news and reviews, and check us out on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Finally, while you're here, make sure you hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel and turn on notifications to ensure you never miss a video.